wield it with intention and purpose. Friends, your mind is not just a tool for processing information or solving problems. It is the very foundation of your reality. It is the canvas upon which the entire drama of your life unfolds. And it is time. Yes, it is high time that you recognize this power and learn to wield it with intention and purpose. Now, when I speak of focus, I am not referring to the strained attention that you might apply to a difficult task. No, the focus I speak of is a state of being, a deliberate directing of your consciousness towards that which you desire to make manifest in your world. It is the art of seeing your desires and accomplish that, of living in the end result, of experiencing now what you wish to experience and what you perceive as the future. This focus, this conquering of the mind, is the key to unlocking the infinite potential that lies dormant within you. For you see, my friends, your outer world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner world. The circumstances of your life, the events that unfold around you.
Woo! Dreamers, rise and shine. Good morning. Another blessed and grateful day. Happy Monday. We are coming into the last few days of 2020. How cool is that? 2024. It feels like it's literally been a long year, and at the same time, it feels like it's flown by in a millisecond. And before you know it, we are into 2025. And what I believe is going to be one of our best years yet. And you believe that. Let me see some threes down below. Who is excited coming into this new year? Because this is going to be so much abundance, blessings, breakthroughs, breakfrees coming here and on the way. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's topic. I know we have a busy schedule coming into today, so I want to keep it short and sweet. And it's going to be our frequency dictates our reality. And as you heard it just now, this is not even just me. This is coming from Neville Goddard, Bob Proctor, Jim Rohn, some of the best really dig deep on this topic. And I want to go ahead and shed a little bit of light to make sure everybody's on the right frequency, dialed in coming into this new year, because it's going to be crucial. I'm telling you, frequency is definitely going to dictate anybody's reality for 2025. So let me get IG live and let me know, what is everybody grateful for coming into the day? Does anybody have a word for the month to go ahead and finish this thing off strong? Let me know, drop it down, and let's go ahead and get started. Our frequency dictates our reality. Boom. Love it. IG, happy Monday. Couple days to end out the year. I hope everybody is organized, excited, fired up, and ready to go ahead and come into this next one with a bunch of momentum. So grateful to be alive. Thankful for each and every one of you. Grateful for the dream team. I'm telling you, I'm so glad that we have the access, the community, the mentorship, the wisdom that all of us have right here at our fingertips. And I know we're just getting started. A lot to be grateful for. Resilience. Love it, Cedric. Great word. Great word to go ahead and end out the month. Yes. So here we go. Danville, it's good to see you, brother. Let's get into it. Our frequency dictates our reality. I've got about 7 different key points that I want to give you guys so you can really understand this at a deeper level, right? I want to peel back the layers of the onion. And the first things first is right here. How many of you believe that every single one of us essentially, think about it like this, we are all each like an ocean of God bottled up in a water bottle? Can you imagine that? Picture this. This right here is you and I. We are nothing but a vessel, right? Each of us have our own body. And inside of this body, you see this liquid? This is literally God's ability, power, skills, ideas, thoughts. That's all waiting to be unleashed within each and every single one of us. So that's the first things first. You have to know the ability, the potential that's sitting inside all of us before we even get to the next step. That's number one. Number 2 is going to be the way that we look at life is the way that life looks at us, right? Perfect example, just like a reflection. If you were to go ahead and look outside at a puddle, and what we see is going to be a reflection of what looks back. So believe it or not, how we see the world is going to be a reflection of how it treats us. So I'll give you perfect 2 examples. Sadhguru says there's 2 types of people. Somebody that wakes up and they choose joy, and somebody that wakes up and they choose misery. So my question for everybody today is, do you believe that we live in a world full of abundance, blessings, miracles, or are we waking up today thinking like, man, it's freaking Monday. It's another miserable Monday. Here we go, going through the same habitual patterns. Well, if that's how we see the world in a negative frequency, guess what? The world, the universe, whatever you believe, is going to keep giving us situations and opportunities to sit in that frequency. This is why they say the feeling is the secret. If we can feel abundant, if we can feel magical before it even happens, guess what? We're going to get more people, places, and opportunities to have that increase. So until we change the way that we look at things, guess what happens? Things won't change the way they look back at us. Is that interesting how that works? Everybody wants to change the external world before they change the internal. And think about it like a mirror. That's like me smiling at the mirror, expecting the mirror to do something different. The mirror is going to reflect what we do. So until we change on the inside, that's when the outside will start to reflect. That's number 2. Number 3, we cannot change our reality. This is going to be a little bit polar for anybody who's listening. You cannot change your reality strictly by physical action. And if you don't believe me, I'll prove it to you. How many of you would like to go ahead and lose weight? How many of you would like to build your dream body coming into 2025? Drop some 3s down below. The summer's coming up in a couple months. How many of you would like to build your dream body? I'll give you a perfect example. So you realize that before the physical action happens first, the mental decision happens. It happens right here between these 6 inches before we ever actually do the running. We do the push-ups. We actually change what we're eating because we have to build the blueprint first. We have to decide on a gym schedule. We have to decide what times we're eating, what we're going to be consuming. Maybe if we're taking out soda. All of this happens spiritually before it even happens physically. Interesting how that works, right? But this is a part of any aspect. This could be building a body. This could be making ourselves successful, building a connection with our creator. What does that ideally look like before it even happens physically? And I'll never forget, my mentor gave me a life-changing exercise. He said, Dylan, I want you to write a 1,000-word story for each 6 of your pillars and tell me what they look like. And I'll give you guys this exercise for 2025. What does your ideal relationship with your family look like coming into the new year? What is your ideal connection with your creator if you were to really sit and think about that coming into 2025? What does your bank account look like? The finances. Maybe you want to move. Maybe you want to get a new car. What car is that? Let's get specific. Let's get detailed. This is why I tell you every day getting off the call, if you can hold it in your mind, we can hold it right here. But it takes believing it, and it takes building that in HD, high definition, spiritually, before it happens physically. All right, stick with me. I've got a couple more pieces for you right here. Five keys that make up your frequency. Write this down. This is my last piece. Give me 2 minutes. 5 keys that make up anybody's frequency that's walking. From a billionaire to somebody who's struggling on the streets. 5 things that determine anybody's frequency. Number 1 is going to be their belief. What is the belief that we have with ourselves? If you're the type of person who's waking up, sitting and saying, why does life always happen to me? Why does it seem like nothing ever goes my way? Well, if that's the belief that we sit with, that's what we're going to stick with. So number 1, do we believe we're capable? Do we believe we have the potential to achieve massive success? Number 2 is going to be our thoughts. Everybody has thoughts, but the difference is, what are those thoughts and how are they emotionally charged? If you're driven by your why, if you're driven by something that's bigger than you and I can tell you this is the foundation of success, because you might not get up in the morning just for yourself, but I bet you might get up in the morning for somebody that you love. Maybe your grandmother's struggling. Maybe your father's going through a lot of things in life. These are things that I tap into when I'm tired, when I don't feel like doing certain things, when I don't feel like getting on calls. I tap into something that's deeper than myself. My grandfather just had surgery. I don't know how long he's going to last. Some of my family's struggling with bills. So when it's late night, 2 o'clock in the morning, when most people are sleeping and I'm still up working, these are the thoughts that keeps me emotionally charged to do what most people are not willing to do today, to live a life tomorrow like most can't. That's number 2. Number 3 is focus. This is an acronym that it's always stuck with me ever since I heard it. It's called follow one course until successful. Follow one course until successful. You know, I've seen so many trying to do 10 different things at one time, and they call that spreading yourselves too deep. And the best analogy I could give you is this. You see this light? There's 2 types of people. There's somebody that flashes their light everywhere. They're trying to do a million different things at one time. But if you notice, the light is not very powerful, right? Kind of like 2 different types of lights. But if you have a laser that is literally locked in on one spot and it knows exactly where it's going, that's focus. That's a whole different level. Some people ask me, well, D, how do I have quantum leaps coming into 2025? Focus is the way that gets done. You know, I don't know how many of you guys have your goals literally on your phone every time you look at it. How many of you have a goal card? How many of you, if I could go in your house, can I see where you're going, or do I see where you're sitting right now? You're like, D, what do you mean? When I was coming up on my journey, I got so freaking obsessed with success that you could go in my bathroom. I had affirmations on my wall. When I would wake up, I literally took a sticky note and put it on my ceiling, and I had my goals. So the first thing I open my eyes, that's what I see. I didn't wake up and check my phone. I didn't wake up and look at distractions. I'm waking up and I'm looking at my goals all day long. This is focus. I'll give you another one. Music. I love music. I'm a music fiend. But you know what I realized? I was memorizing so many other people's songs that I wasn't even memorizing my success. I wasn't even building my vision. So I started memorizing Jim Rohn, Holton Buggs instead of Young Thug, Bob Proctor, some of the greats. And that became my new obsession to listen to. Okay, number 4 is going to be identity. Stick with me. I got 2 more. I'm almost done. Identity. If I were to ask you right now, where do you see yourself 2025 right now, December, where are we at? December 30th of next year. And I want that to make me feel uncomfortable. When you speak your dreams, if they don't make somebody laugh, if they don't make somebody giggle, they're not big enough. It took me a long time to learn this, but this is why one of my favorite phrases is, let's dream much bigger, much sooner. Because I'm telling you right now, just like the gym, if I were to tell you to do 5 push-ups, I bet you have 5 more in you, but you might want to quit at 5. So there's always so much more in the tank than what we believe, and that is called identity. Realizing how much is actually in our tank. And last but not least is going to be emotional conviction. We talked about thoughts earlier. Emotional conviction is the last piece to really get our frequency intact. Again, how good does it feel to be walking on stage in April? Drop it down below. I want you to just visualize this. What are you wearing? Do you have your dress on? Do you have your nice blazer, your clean suit? Do you see your family out in the crowd? Do you see all of these phone calls blowing you up? Can you feel the gratitude? This is what I envision. I see this for so many of you building your dreams. You might not even know it. But this is what gets me emotionally charged. Years later, people ask me, D, how are you still going so freaking hard? Because it's deeper than just me. I know a lot of your stories. I know the reason why a lot of you are doing what you're doing. And it fires me up every day to help each of us get one step closer to where it is that we're looking to go. And I know rising tides raises all ships. So collectively, it's not a question to me whether or not we're going to get there. It is only a matter of time. So family, I hope you guys got a little bit of value for today. Anything you need, don't be afraid to reach out. And let's end this week off with a bang, huh? If you guys are ready to go ahead and end 2024 and step into 2025 as the best version, let me see some 2s down below. Let's make the most of it. And remember, family, we can be, do, and have anything. We can hold it in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Have a blessed day, fam. And let's go out and turn these dreams into reality. It's game time. Let's go.
Really good.